Hi, I'm Cheryl. This card is just so ridiculously easy. I almost didn't make the video to show you, but it is such a nice card. Now, I saw this somewhere, and I can't remember for the life of me where it was I saw it. Somebody did a card that was similar to this, and I wanted to give them credit, but I can't find it now. And I don't know who it was, so whoever it was, this was a great idea to use this designer series paper. So this fits right in with my New Year's resolution to start using some of my papers and my trims and laces and things. So this is what we'll need today. You need the Beautiful You stamp set. We'll be using, where did it go? Right there. Wishing You Brighter Days to Come. And this little lady here with the umbrella. Those are the only two stamps we'll be using from that set. We'll need our Tombow glue. You'll want a blender pen, or maybe not. Maybe you don't want to do this. We'll see when we get to that part what you think. You could certainly skip that section if you don't have a blender pen or just don't want to do it. We need our Night of Navy ink pad. We'll be using, let's see. Alright. We'll be using a piece of our designer series paper. This is from the By the Shore designer paper pack, and it's 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. It came from this set. This has so many pretty patterns in. Look at this. I like that one. And then it's double-sided, so there's different ones on the back. I cut mine from this piece. So I just used the top edge, so I had the very light part, and then it's got the fish on the back. But I didn't want fish, so I didn't use them. And okay, and we have, let's see, we have 2 pieces of Night of Navy cardstock, and this one is 5.5 by 4 1/4. This will cover the entire front of the card. This piece is 4 by 3, and that will be our backing, our little border for this piece. And we have our card base is very vanilla, and this is 5.5 by 8.5, scored and folded at 4 1/4. And then we also have this piece of very vanilla cardstock, and this is 5 1/4 by 4. So let's get started on this card. You're just gonna be amazed. Let me move that out of the way. Get our Night of Navy ink out, and we'll stamp our little lady. Okay, that looks good and inked. I'm gonna put her like pretty well centered. Straight down, straight up, and we got a very nice impression. Now, while that's still a little wet, we'll get our blender pen out, and you can move the ink around a little bit. I want it just a touch of color on her dress and on the umbrella. If you don't want to do this step, then you don't have to. It's just a little something extra. If you want more color, you could use your stamp pad and just squeeze it like this and get yourself a little pool of color there and pull that out. I don't think you'd want it really dark, but we'll get that out and add just a little. See, and we can add a little more color in there. So So that's totally up to you, to how much color you want to add to this. Like I said before, this would be perfectly fine if you didn't do this step at all. So let's put that away. Cap my pen. I'll have to remember to scribble that out, get that off of there. Now we're going to use our Tombow. Oh, come on, Tombow, get down there. And put that right in the center here. Just have a little bit of a border, about an 1/8 of an inch. Here we go. Then we'll take our piece of Night of Navy and our blank piece of Very Vanilla. Put those together. And the same thing, we just want it centered. Because we're using Tombow, we have a little wiggle room, a little time to adjust. And we're going to set this is going to be offset. We're going to leave about a 1/4 inch space on the top and the side here. So right about there. And let's pull in our stamp, and we'll stamp our sentiment. Just wishing you brighter days to come. It does look like kind of a rainy day, doesn't it? Make that up. And in the lower right hand corner, we'll stamp that. And there we go. Now, I didn't put anything on the inside of the card. That's something that I often will skip doing. I know I've told you before, I like to write a little note of my own, or when the time comes I'm going to use this card, maybe I have a stamp that would be more appropriate. Okay, that's the right way. Might have a stamp that's more appropriate to the occasion. We just line that up on the card. Stick it down. And we're finished. So I told you this was going to be like such a super simple card. So if you've liked this card, then be sure to press that like button down below. If you'd like to see more of my videos, hit my subscribe button. And if you'd like to shop with me, you can do that either through my website or my Facebook page. So, hope you all have a good new year. You take care, stay safe, and happy stamping.